How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Testing the different views. Yes, yes, this one. Let me know if you can hear the sound. It should it should be working. Let me know if you can hear the sound. Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Let me just double check that studio. Content, lives. It seems we are live. It seems we are live. It seems we are live. Let's see. I'll have to mute this as it starts playing. It seems we are live. Yep. Great. Awesome. Hey, Cobra Frio. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, people? Thanks for joining. I've got 1 hour, and the goal for today's chat is to speed up the. So, a couple of weeks ago, we created the template. So, and creating a template these days is easy. Most of the libraries will offer templates. People offer templates for free, and you can download, load, and boom, it loads in Cubase. Great, awesome, fantastic. Then the next thing that we did was with that loaded, we improved the sound, right? So we worked on routing cues, compression, saturation, and a few more things, right? We got rid of the frequency stacking. We balanced everything. We panned everything. So that was step number one. Then we did all the groups, routing, and then all the stems, and we did the mastering. So improving sound, taking that, making it a template that now is from like a beginner's templates going pro kind of thing, right? In terms of sound, so we elevated the sound. This week, but it's still the same template. What we are doing this week is we are going to make it more efficient. That's what we're going to be working on, right? So that's exactly what we're doing. I'm going to pull up the slides. So speed layers, fast action patches, and also if we've got time, we're gonna be adapting for film scoring. Okay. So with that being said, what does this mean? Let me see if I can find this. This is slides. Bootcamp. There you go. Exactly. Let me show the screen. There you go. Bootcamp. There you go. Sketching patches. So we're gonna have a series of tracks that if we have in our template, it's just going to be very useful and very efficient. And we are going to use. I'm gonna spend just 20 seconds to explain this. But one, for the type of music that we write, and it may be different for everyone, but generally in this niche, we're talking orchestral cinematic music, okay, epic type of thing. So one, there are always going to be certain type of instruments that we are going to use very often. Let's say strings, right, or violins. One, two, and most importantly, there are going to be sound combinations or arrangements or an orchestration recipe, if you want to call it that way, that we're gonna use often, right? Let's say strings ensemble or full orchestra. I'm keeping it super simple, right? But we can go a little bit more specific, right? Like, we're gonna and also as you evolve as a composer, your sound evolves as a composer as well, and you start defining your own unique sound. There are going to be things that are, pretty unique yours, right? And you want to have them ready and available for you. Let's just hypothesis. Just let's imagine that for the type of music that I write, I use quite a lot of very typical combination for kind of like low brass hits, which is like, chimbazos, bass trombones, and timpani hit. I don't know, just made that up, right? But let's say that I use that often. Well, it'd be nice to have that, like stack of patches already built, balance and everything. So I've got, so I don't have to, if I was using that all the time, right? That one is a little bit more specific, not that much, but it's a little bit more specific. But also there are other combinations that are very typical or that you use over and over that you'd like to have them loaded there. Okay, so that is what I call fast action patches or sketching patches. Usually are going to be a set of pre-built orchestral recipe type of patches or tracks with which like usually it's going to be a contact multi with two or three or four or six patches loaded in there, balanced and everything, ready to go. Right, and these are usually, so hopefully this makes sense. I said 20 seconds, but this was Mark Giovanni style. It took more like 20 minutes. No, just but took like 2-3 minutes. Let me just lower uh, the temperature of the room. All right, so super basic, okay? It doesn't really matter. Like this is not the important part, which tracks. What's important is how we build these tracks, and that's what I wanted to do with you live. All right. So it's going to be so in our template, which we have here. Oops. We've got this is the, again, typical template. Starts with piccolo, right? Then we've got bassoons or what, flutes, oboe, bassoons, etc., trumpet, blah, 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 the whole thing. This is the orchestra, but this is not a template that would make, my workflow more efficient. It's just a template. Yes, we added the sound layer last week. We, balance, panning, compression, etc., that we did last week. Groups, reverbs, stems. Now the layer that we're adding on top of this is the, workflow layer, or to speed up things. So as awesome as this is, what I'm gonna create now is a series of tracks, which are these ones. Okay, so we're gonna have template, the sketching patches or fast action patches. I like to have a full orchestra long notes type of patch, a full orchestra short notes type of patch. I also like to have like full sections, so string long notes, short notes, obviously. Then I like to have the brass long notes, brass short notes, and then woodwinds longs, woodwinds short notes. Okay. Also, kind of like one track that has all the orchestral instruments, a sub bomb type of track, and then piano, choir, horn section, legatos, trumpet section, legato, stingers, and then kind of like what I called the, well, yes, and then a series of strings, kind of like, again, for the type of music that we write. I like to have, obviously, I will have the violins one, with articulations, like short articulations, violins one, long articulations, or, all the articulations separated, and then violins two, violas, the whole thing, right? But also I like to have a group of like 8 to 10 or 16 max strings tracks that are very useful, and which are these ones. These guys here, I'm not going to read them, but I'll as we build this later on, you'll see. And then what I call orchestral enhancers. All right. So this is percussion, basically, right? So, and these are the guys, but not just percussion. So Celesta, ARP, Mark III, all these guys. Okay. Okay. So when we have these ready, this will help us compose faster. Simple as that. Let's get started. So first I need what? Full orchestra. Okay. So let's build that. And for this, unfortunately, a player like this is going to limit us, because with a player like this, you can load one instrument. End of the story. And there are hacks and workarounds around this, obviously. But what we are looking at is stacking. The easiest way to do this for us is going to be we're gonna start using contact. Okay, so add track, instrument track. Gonna select contact, add track. Boom. So here's contact. And maybe what we'll do is we'll use I'm gonna go with Nucleus. I think Nucleus Lite, Symphobia, Albion One. Those are all good options to create these type of patches. I'll pull up the chat in a second. I just wanted to get started as soon as possible. But let's do Nucleus. Nucleus Lite is $99, and you could do this with Nucleus Lite. With Cubase 13, you've got Iconica Sketch, and that will give you also enough for free. So you buy Cubase, and even Cubase elements, I think. And then it comes with the Iconica sketch included in the package. So with that, you could also create. How could I do this? It would look something like this in Iconica. Let me just file, import tracks from project, where's this concept composing? Salala templates, Iconica template, this guy here, and then orchestra short, orchestra long. So I don't have to build them, but I'll show you how it would look like in an Iconica. Where it is good? Here, Iconica down below, down here. And if I open this guy, see the stack of tracks here, strings high. So if I get ready, super low, I think. Yeah, and this is loud, right? Instead, yes, sorry. So this should go, let's see, let's balance this guy just for a sec. Give me just one sec. So Iconica here on the other end. Why is it so low? Well, the tracks here are at around 0. Iconica is at around -3, so no big deal, but here 0, 0. Then I think we're gonna need to create also stem. So here are let me see. So how did we organize? So we've got here are the stems, here are the reverbs, and here are the groups. Okay, groups. But this guy should go here. Short verb should go here. Okay, cool. And then we've got strings, short, long, etc. And we are going to need now, we're gonna need to create another group, which is, I'm gonna duplicate this one, which is going to be ensembles. Ensembles. Let's take a look at this group. Ensembles is going to go to orchestra. Great. And we do not need this guy, no effect. Saturation, yes. And we're gonna set it up similar. Boom, 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 yes. And we do not need this EQ. Let's get rid of these two guys. These guys, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. So now if we take this ensemble short, and this, instead of going to stereo out, goes to ensembles here. Let's see. Okay, still sounds low. So it is going to, we're gonna need to bring this guy gain. That's kind of what we were. So, see, I will build one of these right now live so you can see how I build one. But I just wanted to show you in Iconica, it would look like this. We will build one with Contact and we'll use the Nucleus library. But what we've got here is, as you can see, strings high ensemble. That would sound like this. Solo. Right? And then we have, next, we've got strings low ensemble. We've got woodwinds high. Here, sorry. We've got woodwinds low. A little bit low in volume, in my opinion. Brass. Kind of thing. And then we got the brass low. Kind of thing, right? All together. Right? And here you can see the mix. As you can see, it's a specific mix. The woodwinds are a little bit too low. And then see the panning here. The panning here. So it's all balanced, all, you know. And then each one of these has a specific close, far, mic, setting, blah, 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 the whole thing, okay? So that's how it would look. And as we are composing, this would come in very handy, right? Sometimes. If we've got something like this, which we composed last week, right? Let's see. Let's take a listen to this. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me bring this guy. Where's the stereo out? Stereo out here. Stereo out here. There you go. See. Oops. Boom. 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 And let's see. There you go. So for example. So if we've got this, for example. Right, if we want that more full orchestra, kind of like towards the end, something like this, then we can do it super quickly. Needs to go down in volume, so it's gonna be 15, and it would be something like this. Let's do this again. Right, there you go. So this thing, which took us nothing to do, right? It speeds up the composing workflow. Is this perfect? No, this is far from perfect. Could we get more separation, more detail, more independent layers if we had all these patches separated, more control? Yes. Yes, 100%. But sometimes for sketching or for fast action, things like this will come in handy because there's a lot that we've packed into this one track. The different patches, the balance, the panning, etc. Right? Cool. Let's build one of these. And by the way, let's on top of that, let's use this guy. This is going to be also 15, and this is going to be routed to ensembles as well. And we're gonna there you go, this guy. So let's add just some long notes here. Cool, there you go. And now sorry, I should have showed the piano, but this is what I wrote, right? It sounds like this. Which is not perfect. Let me show the dynamics. So pedals, expression, modulation, and I think this one should go. Where is it? There you go. On the other end, you can see it here. This guy here. So I think this would need a little bit of reverb. Which reverb? I think the long reverb. I think a little bit. Let's see. Louder, so I can hear the reverb. Yep, cool. I should have not done this here. Should have done it in the here in the ensembles. We're gonna add a little bit of mid reverb first. Mid reverb. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. No bass. So mid reverb here. Too much, obviously. Minus 10. Yep. And then on top of that, a little bit of long reverb. This one is going to be minus 12. It's going to be minus 10. Let's see, or minus 9. Yep. Yeah, something like this. Sorry, it's a little bit too loud. Let me. Needs to be improved, but okay, so it's not perfect. We're doing this super fast, but I just wanted to kind of like prove the point, right? That that this is useful. Okay, let's build one of these. Generally, I like to have them right up there because these are the most important to me. Okay, and so these I imported them. I had them pre-built, but let's build one of them. And this is Iconica, but again, we were talking, you can do this with Albion, with Nucleus, with Symphobia, with things like this. I'm going to use Nucleus, okay? So let's start with this instrument. And so the steps that we're going to take here, it's going to be, let's duplicate this guy. So, creating fast action patches or sketching. Cool. So the first thing that we're gonna do is stack patches. Second thing that we're gonna do is stack, balance, panning, and then EQ. Okay, because the same process that we did in the template, we have to. Let me just get rid of this guy. The same thing that we did in the template, right? When we improved the sound, when we improved the sound, what we did first, we balanced things, right? Second, we panned, right? And then we talked about the frequency stacking problem. All this frequency stacking is going to also happen in here, right? In here, we've got all these tracks or all these patches stacked. We're gonna have the frequency stacking problem, so we have to solve it inside here before it goes out. All right, so let's do this. So Nucleus, multi-patches, single patches, single patches, sections, strings. No, sorry. Sections, there you go. I guess strings. String. Where do I have the entire strings? How did I do this? Let me see. File, I'm gonna open, load, templates, Nucleus. I did this a couple of years ago. Fast action patches, orchestral short notes, open, find them. There you go. This guy. Nucleus strings. And why is that I didn't find it? I didn't find the strings. Right. Sorry. Full ensembles. Duh. Okay, so well, but you know what? Let's work with this. So what did I do here? Number one, I loaded the strings spiccato patch. I decided to go with this one. Second, the woodwind staccatissimo patch, and then the brass staccatissimo patch, and then finally the choir. And so what this gives us is strings. Sorry. String. There you go. Okay, and So that's the first thing. To take in, the thing with nucleus is it has the, where is this, advanced? It has the start. I think I could control this some. I had it to 18. 18, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this at -20 to all of them. So boom, 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 boom. Yes, exactly. There you go. Boom. Let me see. Okay, the brass is not here. Start -20. Okay, good. And then cool. And we've got control over choir with this guy here. How did I do that? In here, I would go here, and then I would for choir. Oh. Let me see if I did it differently. So in here, click here, boom, and then you're gonna add a, in this case, number 2. This is number 2. So you just go here to amplifier, make sure that you've got edit all groups selected, add modulator, external sources, MIDI CC, and in this case, whatever is the fader that you want to control volume. In this case, it is number 2. So you just go and write number 2 and -1. It controls all voices and everything. That's it. Now I'm gonna eliminate this one because I already have it created. But I think it's right click here and delete. But that's how I control volume for this one. And you would be like, you could say, isn't it way easier to just click here, learn MIDI automation, and then just move this one, and there you go. Now you can control volume. Yes, but then I would lose the balance. I would lose the balance that I've created. So I balance things internally here, and then remove MIDI automation. And then I can, and then so I can control the volume of all of them. I can lower the volume. Without messing with the balance here, because this is -6.4, -10.2, -5, and +8, right? For all of these to work in balance. All right, cool, awesome. So that's that. So this is the first one. So this is going to be orchestra short. Then we're gonna go with the next one. We're gonna duplicate. We're gonna and this goes to stereo out. No, this should go to ensembles. There you go. All right, cool. I'm just testing balance. Yep, works great. Alright, cool. Rock and roll. So orchestra short. Now we're gonna duplicate tracks, and we're gonna go in here, and we would create the long notes. Okay. So again, we would load all these instruments. By the way, I forgot to do the EQ. So let's go back in here and let's do the EQ. Okay. So we're gonna go inside the first one, and we're gonna scroll down a little bit here. We're gonna go to the group inserts, and then we're going to add an EQ, and it's going to be like a 1 or 2 band EQ, something like this. Loading that EQ. Okay, cool. And so we've got the EQ. So this is for the strings, right? Yeah. And we're gonna do what we did, which is we're gonna find that annoying muddy frequency. So we're gonna go with band number 1, and we're gonna bring up the gain like this. We're gonna lower the Q like this, and then we're gonna find that frequency, annoying frequency. I think it's around 230. And so we're gonna lower it a little bit. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Bypass. So very subtle, cleans the low end a little bit. We would do the same thing with the other instruments, and with woodwinds, brass, choir, and that way we would clean the entire stack to avoid frequency stacking. All right? Hopefully this makes sense. Then the next instrument, the following instrument that we would have would be the orchestral long notes. That, for the interest of time, what I'm gonna do is, yes. Okay, so save changes, no. Save changes, no. Save changes, no. Save changes, no. And now we're gonna load, because I've got all this ready, so we don't have to spend lots of time here. And the next one is going to be this one, Spotlight. There you go. Let's see. What's going on with these dropouts? Have to reboot the computer. It's been running for a while. I have to leave in 7 minutes. Right? Let's do this up. Thanks. Give me just 1 sec. Okay. Close. Okay. Cool. There you go. This goes to ensembles, so all good. Web. Yeah. Maybe at the end. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So it's this is very immature and childish, but again, this kind of like proves. You go. Let's take a listen to this by itself. Okay, okay, we could work on this, but yeah, let's import real quick the rest of it just for the interest of time. Here I'm going to file, import, or yeah, import tracks archive. No, tracks from project. Let's use the. I don't have the nucleus. I've got all the patches. I can share this with you, and I will also below this video. I already did this in the past, like a year ago or so, with nucleus, also with Albion, and also I did one with Iconica. So if you want to watch like the 4 hours video of me putting this together, I'll include this below the video, okay, below this one. Here I just wanted to present the concept. But this would look something like this when finished. Small template, Iconica template. Let's grab this guy.